What is going on YouTube? We are back with another episode of Life as a Home Dealer. Now in this week's episode I transformed two cars. My Fiat 500 went from a scratched, swirl marked mess to a glossy, amazing little 4 grand car. So you'll see that in this video. Also, we picked up a car from the dealership. The paint was dead, chalky, there was no reflection, and by the end of a 6-hour detail the results speak for themselves. So if you like transformation videos, you will like those two cars. This week we also achieved a dream of mine. Now when I started YouTube years ago, this was my goal and one and only goal. And this week it was, part of that was achieved, and a massive video on that will be coming later in the next couple of weeks. And the only way that I can keep making these videos and keep growing and getting more of my goals and my family's goals come true is if you like, subscribe and comment. So I'm going to leave you with this week's video, and I will see you guys next week at 6:30. Enjoy the video. What is going on YouTube? It is the 4th of March and we are ready to attack this month with everything that we've got. Now if you haven't seen the previous 15 episodes of me setting up as a home dealer, in January we made £875, but we've been buying polishers, we've been buying hoovers, wet vaxes, drills, jet washes, so there was not a chance that we were going to make money in January. February we still have the printer, the computer and the polisher came out, plus we had some costs like the trip to Wales and fuel, so we still did not make that £1,000. We were just short, we were so close. Now this month we've got not to spend any money and just graft. That is the only thing we can do this month, and we've got to achieve that target and make this business viable. So the Seat, that is fully done and ready for sale. I haven't had any interest yet, so we'll check that advert later in the video to see if there's anything that I've missed that you guys can see that might get some oomph behind that video, behind the advert. We've got the Fiat 500. Now that needs full prep. It needs to be cleaned, polished, hoovered, wet vaxed, MOT'd, pictures, video. So we've got to get to work, and hopefully today we can get majority of that done. We've got the Corsa. Now that, if you've seen the last week's videos on that, when we bought it, it had some subframe corrosion. We undersealed that whole car. There's a full video on the channel on how we prepared that car, but it still wasn't good enough. There was a hole in the subframe, so we replaced the whole front subframe on that car now. It's got a year's advisory free MOT, and the fault that was causing it not to fire was the wiring to the coil pack. So it's got a whole new coil pack and the wiring has been repaired. So we've got to get that back, pay for it, and then we've got to get that videoed, pictures of the interior, and get that up for sale properly. So we've got a lot of work to do. We're also going to hopefully buy another car tomorrow. So we are busy. So can we sell a car this week? That's the aim. That's the target for this video. Join me to see if we can do that. And over the next 4 Sunday videos, see how close we get to achieving my goal of selling 4 cars and making £3,000 or £4,000 profit. Let's get to work. First job that we've got to get done in this glorious sunshine is to get the paint sorted on this car. Now it is a 2010, so I reckon it's been washed for years with a dirty old sponge. You can see in the paint, the sun there, just how many swirls are in the paint. So very confident that this thing will look absolutely amazing after a polish. So let's get it washed. Let's get it all stripped back, all the wax, everything off the car, so we can see the condition of the paint, and then from there we'll start polishing. Let's get to work. It's going to be a good day. It's just the citrus pre-wash, and already look at the colour. This could look absolutely phenomenal when it's all polished up. I'm getting quite excited. Yes, it's just a Fiat 500, but once it's full polished up, it will look phenomenal. 29,000 miles, 2 owners from new, full history. That colour should sell quite easily. So this could be the one we sell this week, not the Corsa. Who knows? Let's crack on and get some stuff on. If I get the car washed, we can really see what we're working with, and it's always the way that it looks better when it's wet. And now you can just see all of the swirls. So our plan, it's impossible to get them all completely out, but if we can get this back to a really nice glossy finish, I mean the wing, if you look at that, we will definitely be able to polish most of this out, leaving us with the same wet glossy look but permanently. So I'm gonna let the car dry fully, mean cracks and crevices, otherwise whenever you move anything or vibrate anything, water will just run out of places. So we'll get the interior done. On this one I'm just going to do before and afters because it's not that bad, so I'm just literally gonna do a so the interior is done. That probably took about an hour and a half. It really wasn't bad, just a bit dusty. So now to the main event, which looking its absolute best. The sun has obviously come around, which is slightly better, which means that I'm not going to be getting glare or heating up the panel too much. So let's wipe the car down and let's get polishing. I always do a test piece just to see how difficult it's going to be, and that was a little bit more difficult than I wanted it to be. Still not perfect, but it's where it's gonna be. So I cut it and then I polished it twice more. So obviously there's still a few little bits of the sun is on the phone, but if you look at obviously here, it's pretty good. And for a £4 car, I think that is going to be way more than acceptable. Wet, look, gloss, and then here, lines, marring. You can just see the massive difference. So let's get you on a stand. My hair is wow. And let's get it going. See if we can get the whole bonnet done. Definitely winning. Let's have a look and then let's crack on and get the rest of this car looking brand new. So obviously now this side is looking super glossy, and if we have a look at what we had, still haven't done that middle bit as a reference. So once we put some wax over the top, it is going to pop unbelievable, and now it is super smooth like glass, and this is obviously still rough. Let's crack on and get the rest up. So lunch is done, and I've just polished this little rear quarter. Spun the car around. Now it is in the sun, so we can see exactly what we're working with. And this is a great example of what I'm trying to do. This bit I've just done. So you can see it's nice. Obviously there's nothing you can do about that, but then you come across I think the difference speaks for itself. It's much shinier, glossier, not perfect, but compared to, there it is, super wet, glossy, reflective and ready to retail. It's not perfect, there are a few little marring marks still, and there's a few little bits, but for what I'm after for a retail car, this sun is really not helping. It is super glossy, and compared to most 4 grand ones with 30,000 miles, it's gonna look phenomenal. Pack up, and then we've got to go and get the Corsa back, pay that bill and pick that up. So we're now, details done, look good, details done. Now we're off to pick up, so I'll drop this one off for its MOT. Always got easy. Got back from the MOT station. Corsa that would not start is back. I bought this for 1,500 quid using the Dealermetrics app from a guy off of Auto Trader. It just needs a little bit of a wipe down because it's sat at the MOT station, a little bit of a hoover, but it's still pretty nice. It's worth at least 3 grand. Just needs wipe down these little bits, clean the glass up. It's been new subframe, all under sealed. This is about as nice as a 3 grand Corsa as you're going to get. All the paint has been polished within an inch of its life. All the calipers were painted. So yeah, it's a nice little thing once it's all cleaned up. I'm going to clean this up, and that's going to be my Tuesday done. And then tomorrow we'll go off to Bath to see if we buy this little City Go. So yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Bye. Wednesday afternoon, the sun is out, I am smiling, but actually it's been an annoying morning. I drove a 5-hour round trip. I left the Skoda there because it was making this sound. I couldn't determine whether that was turbo, gearbox, exhaust. So I've told him to get it checked because that's awful. And on the way back, the Kia decided to throw an engine management light. Now this needs to go back to the workshop because it's got a temperature sensor for the exhaust. So fun and games. I'm gonna go to the dealership and pick a car up to clean for them and start wet vaxing the seats on the Corsa and get that one tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm gonna go down the park, Thursday get the Fiat and the Corsa videos, pictures and up for sale properly, clean the car for the dealership to get some money because this Kia is now going to cost some more money. Joy. Let's get to work. Been over to the and got this. Now the paint on this is so flat, it is unbelievable. There is just no reflection whatsoever, and this happens on these Nissans. So basically it's completely dead. But I've brought 4 or 5 of these back to life, so there'll be some really nice before and afters on this one. The Corsa, I've wet vaxed the seats. That is sunny, so that is, let's get out of the sun, ready. Just needs the seat sewing, which my other half is going to do because there's a little rip in that, but that's ready to go. The Seat is already done. Ep500 passed its MOT today, but it needs a couple of tyres and some other bits sorting out, so they're going to sort that out. We'll pick it up tomorrow. And then the Kia thrown a pressure sensor fault in the exhaust on the way back, so that's now got an engine management light on. Hopefully it's not a DPF issue, because that could just be a headache. Hopefully we've been driving the car in eco mode a lot because it's really bad on fuel, 28 mpg, so I'm hoping that if I take that out for a really good blast, that will blow that out. Kias are always expensive for sensors and things because they don't interlock with anything else, and they don't have, like Euros won't have one. You'll have to buy a decent one from Kia themselves, which is expensive. So I think that's everything wrapped up. I'm going to start washing this and we'll see if we can bring back shine, because it is so dead. the interior is clean, so it's just a case of making it white and shiny. I like these little projects, they're quite fun. So I'm gonna stop chatting because the sun is going down and start washing, and I'll polish it in the morning. After yesterday's not so successful day of buying the City Go, I wanted to buy another car, and I do want to buy another car. So there is nothing on Motorway, there is nothing really at the auctions. I don't want to buy from auctions, I don't trust auctions. The car turns up, it's not that good. Every time I buy a car from Motorway, I pay £300 and something in fees, £344 I think the last one was, for fees. So I don't like really to do that either, so I always go first to the Dealermetrics app. So the Dealermetrics app I've been using for a couple of months now, and I've bought quite a few cars through there. Here's a quick look at how that looks on the screen. So the way that it works is every time a car is listed on Auto Trader, eBay, Gumtree or Facebook Marketplace that meet your search criteria, you get a WhatsApp or an email. Then you can be the first person to send the seller a message, arrange a viewing, and go and see the car. So if you want to start car trading, or you already are a car trader and want to add an additional platform to your business at a very reasonable price, it's definitely something you're interested in. So prices start from £20 for different packages. Links in the description, and you can get a 10% discount with my code driveway10 that's on the screen. So I would definitely check those guys out. Now, I did do half the car yesterday, so I'm gonna get ready, get wrapped up, and we'll jump out there and see how it's looking. The sun is out, and yesterday I started to do a few test pieces and basically get as much done as I could, and the easy way to see the difference is like this. So if we've got the sun there, we can see that there is literally no reflection on that sun, how bad the paint is. And then as we start to come across into the area, obviously there's still some marring there that I've got to come and take out. That's just going to polish the top, but you can see that obviously the sun now is reflective, and then that goes into the dull dead paint, and then you can feel it as well. So this is smooth, and then if I rub my hand, and then if I do the same, you can hear it. So I managed to get this wing, has obviously now got some reflection to it. All of this door is now reflective, and I don't know if we can pick this up on the camera, but I left this piece so that we could have a look. It's, yeah, so much better. So we've got to do the rest of the car, that square. I'm going to obviously go back over this again, but this is now, look, if we look here, you can actually see me, and it is reflective. And then if we go around to the other side, I am not there at all because it's so dull. So let's get the polishers out and let's start getting this brought back up. And just as I said yesterday, you've got to be careful not to damage the car because this is already damaged paint. 6 hours later, I'm absolutely covered in polish, but we have ourselves a very, very shiny. So that was a battle. The roof was by far the hardest bit to get any sort of gloss to. It's still not perfect. To spend another, that was 6 hours, to spend another hour or 2 hours trying to get every panel perfect, and at the dealership in the morning they're going to get a chamois rag, run it all over the car and put some light scratches and things back into it, so it would be pointless. So we'll get some wax, dust all of it off. All this dust that is now everywhere is the clear coat, so obviously we now need to dust it off and then protect it. But the overall results, I need to do a little bit by hand as well in these little bits in the door handles. Considering it's got no wax, it looks brilliant. As soon as we wax it up, it'll look even better. So I'm going to dust it off, get some wax, and then I'll show you the finished car. And that's kind of that's all I've got to do today, because the Fiat 500 is at the MOT station. I need to pick that up, but I won't be able to pick it up until this one's done. And then tomorrow morning I'm going to do pictures of the Fiat 500. Corsa's done, Fiat's done, and then I'm going to hopefully go and see a car on Monday, so that'll be next week. So we'll see, stay tuned. There is something. I got a delivery coming today, and this is the reason I started to do YouTube, is for deliveries like this. And I think it's just pulled up. It has been a few hours, and it took me way longer than I thought, the interior, because it had already been cleaned, but there was like black mold on the roof and it just took way longer than I wanted. But we got that back to the dealer, sent them the invoice. Now, the delivery that I was waiting for today. Today was the first time for me, and it's kind of a massive moment for me and a massive moment for the channel, because it's the first time anything kind of big has been sent out. Top Gun sent out their scanner. Top Gun also sent out their jumper pack, which is super important. But this is a real gift for me, and this is a present for me, because I couldn't afford to buy this. There is no way that I would be allowed to buy what is in this box, because I can't spend money on my cars, on the Audi TT, to customize it or make it better. I just have to fix it and sell it. So MaxpeedingRods have sent me out a set of coilovers for the TT. There'll be a full video obviously where I'm going to bring the TT fully back to life. We're going to recut the headlights, polish the car, basically just fix the whole thing, fix the turbo, and that will be a whole thing. And in that video we will be fitting these. But this is why I started YouTube, so that I could be sent car parts, because I was gonna mess with the cars anyway, and now I've got free car parts. That is, to a car guy, free car parts is life. And yeah, I'm feeling, I don't know, a bit emotional, to be honest, because I've been doing YouTube for quite a long time, 3 or 4 years. I've never been sent anything. I've been sent the Top Gun scanner and the jumper pack, but that's obviously things to do with work. This is purely, and it's got the little orange top hats as well, so it goes with the brakes. Like, yeah, I can't wait to get them on the car and get the car sitting low, because at the minute the car sits, there's like an arch gap like that with the BBS Quattro wheels that I've got on there. So this is just going to make it, and I've got spacers already, so I'm over the moon. I'm like a little kid at Christmas. Especially the suspension on there is going to be at least 10, 15 years old. The car's 22 years old, so yeah, this is a real treat, and I am so grateful to MaxpeedingRods for reaching out to collaborate, and obviously there'll be a video on this coming soon. But I'm feeling super buzzing. This is the start. If we're getting this now, what can we get in a year and actually have some really cool builds? That's the dream. I mean, car dealering is what I do, but any profit that I make, I'm going to spend it on modifying cars. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I've just picked up a car from a dealership to do, and I'm going to do the pictures, videos and the advert for the Fiat 500. So we'll sort that out tomorrow together. And yeah, I'm going to see if I can wipe this smile off my face, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Friday morning, and we are at the park, basically just finishing up doing the pictures of the Fiat 500. If you haven't seen the videos before, this is where we do it. I've just had the MOT, front brakes and the tyres done, so there are still some bits that we've got to finish up. So tyre done, shock absorber I'm not really doing, core springs corroded both. We're going to underseal the car, subframe corroded but not seriously weakened rear, so we're going to do that with the TerraSeal underseal. Brake hose slightly corrosion, that should sit that, and then shock absorber has light worn bush, upper front upper. The only advisory that will be kind of left is the corrosion on the brake line and the shocks, but it's a £4 car, so if somebody wants to get that done they can, but I'm not spending any more money. I've just spent £315 getting the important bits done, and the brakes weren't even advised, but they were not in the best condition, so they were replaced. So now we've got to get back, and I'm going to do a car for the dealership, and then tomorrow we will crack on and get this one undersealed, try and get the dent out the Corsa, just try and get everything ready. Obviously we've had no inquiries yet. I had an inquiry in the Corsa, but he just seemed like a headache, so I just don't deal with people that are just going to do my head in. So we are, yeah, tomorrow we'll get everything ready. That's Saturday, so working Saturday is what it is, and this is going to have all the pictures and videos, which the pictures look like this, and then I create a video, I post that to YouTube, and then I can send those links everywhere. So I'll put the video of this one in the next clip, and then I don't know what's going to happen. I never know what's going to happen in these videos, because it is just the life of a car dealer. I'm literally just working and taking you guys with me. So I will see you at some point for something. No idea what it's going to be. I'll see you in a bit. It is now Sunday, been a couple of days, and the Fiat 500 is supposed to have a viewing today, but they haven't turned up and they haven't called, which is always the way. Has now had underseal, so that is looking a lot better. And I looked at what's for sale. There's another one with 25,000 miles and they want 3637, and there was an advisory on theirs for the exact same thing, so I'm sure that that is going to go for around £4. Corsa, I did take the dent out. I've got an inquiry on this one as well. That is for maybe later today, and that dent is a little bit better, but still there. And then the Seat has an inquiry for Thursday, and they've got a part exchange against a little Panda. We've booked the viewing on another car through the Dealermetrics app for Monday as well, so we're going to go and get another one. So yeah, this wraps up this video. We've actually got some inquiries, which is good. So we've got the inquiry on the Fiat, but they're a no-show for today. We've got the inquiry on the Seat for Thursday, and the Corsa hopefully at some point early in the week. So we could get these three gone. We've got two potentially coming in, two Pandas, an old one and a new one. And let's see what next week brings. So I'm going to end this video here. If you've enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and if you pop your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.